Hello. Just to talk about something really quick. The DIY spirit. Look at, I'm all for a professionally made product and buying it. I'm not going to be making my own octaboxes. I'm not going to try to solder together my own studio strobes. There's actually, I think, a couple videos out there where people... Capacitors are dangerous to mess with, by the way. Show you how to make your own studio strobes? Like, no. No, studio strobes don't cost that much, relatively speaking. I mean, you're talking about $500 for a professional and studio strobe. The DIY spirit. Look at, I've been to the biggest camera stores in the United States, and I worked in a few camera stores, and even photographers that have serious money and they've got serious budgets, and I've seen these people. Met with Dean Collins a few times back in photography school. He was a hardcore studio shooter. He did lots of commercial work. I mean, he'd be shooting Porsches and newspaper ads for big companies, like Big Automotive and other people. And, you think these people, well, they've got, back in the day they had incredible budgets for, whatever they needed to make the shot happen. And... they be working with stuff they go down and get at the hobby store. Construction paper, PVC. Now, actually, Dean Collins was actually the first guy to come up with his PVC system. I don't think he was the first. He's actually the person that made it famous, and I've been doing it ever since. I've come up with some of my own inventions, and just because I built something out of PVC doesn't mean it's something that Dean Collins originally did, because my one design is my own design. It's not something Dean Collins came up with. The principle of using PVC is certainly not his idea, but he's the one that kind of perfected it, if you will, made it grossly popular. Listen, the point is that you look through a catalog or online photo retailer and you want to make something happen. Other than the main equipment, it's like your cameras, your lenses, your studio strobes, your light stands. I mean, look, light stands are a dime a dozen. The really good ones are very expensive, but you're never going to build, stuff like that, obviously. Then talking about reflectors, modify. I mean, like this. I can't buy this. I made this reflector. I've got a few of them. And it's incredibly useful. It's modular. This is actually lined with real aluminum. It folds up. It's completely collapsible. I could use it as a highlighter for specular illumination in the eye. I could actually Velcro it in place where it's completely flat and use it as a primary reflector. I mean, I can't buy stuff like this. Yeah, I can buy some of these disc reflectors. I've got like a dozen disc reflectors. I got more than that actually over here. But this is a lot cheaper, a lot simpler, a lot easier to open and close, and it does things that those don't do. The DIY spirit in photography when it comes to light mods is enormous. I've already got, no exaggeration, easily 20 times as many light mods as anybody else on YouTube. Easily 20 times as many. And there's a lot more to come. I don't know which one to show you next, but some of these are really incredible, like my fiber optic light mod over here. I mean, I'm not the one that came up with fiber optic macro illumination, but the fact that you could build it yourself really, really cheaply. I mean, I've got one over here, one over there, and these macro lighting tools. The point is by going down to your hardware, like this aluminum reflective tape by 3M, it actually peels off the back, and it's actually real aluminum. It'll cut you. So incredibly useful, which is what I lined that with. I mean, a roll like this is kind of expensive, but I can make like a dozen light mods with this, and this roll's like $8. PVC tubing, 60-inch, 1-inch, 60 inches of 1-inch thick PVC tubing. This is $2.12 a stick. This is a big old stick. It's taller than I am. This is just a cut-up piece. I mean, with that and some clamps and some fabric remnants I get down at the fabric store, and all you have to do is, this stuff is really heinous too. This will give you cancer and cause your gonads to fall off if you smell it for too long. It's PVC cement. Hacksaw some PVC and buy some elbow joint. I mean, man alive. For $20 of the PVC tubing and some a can of PVC glue, which will last you for 100 light mods. I can build the world, and good stuff, not like half-assed junky crap. I mean, good stuff. And fabric remnants to actually clamp onto the PVC. The other thing, too, is tracing paper and black industrial duct tape. Not regular duct tape, but the industrial strength stuff. The stuff that's really tough, tougher than woodpecker lips, as I like to call it. The point is that any professional photography studio that you go into, it's like, this guy's got a lot of money. He's famous. You will see a lot of homebrew mods. A lot of homebrew mods. I mean, any of the old school, even any of the current ones, you think, well, I'm going to buy it. I mean, a lot of the light mods that I have here, it's not like, well, I'm going to build it because I can build it cheaper. It's because I actually can't buy that. I can't buy it. I can't go to a camera store anywhere in the world. Like my fiber optic light mod over here. Now, there are fiber optic wands for doing various things in medical and surgical and whatnot. And, I mean, they're super, super precision, and they'll run you thousands of bucks. I mean, I built those things for $15 a piece. For a macro, I stick a speed light on one end of the fiber optic wand, and I point the rest at the macro object on tape. It works beautifully. You know, you just can't get there from here. Some of the really, really interesting inventions that I came up with. I mean, just stuff like this. Let me reach over here and grab it. You need to get into the DIY spirit and start thinking about how light works, reflection, emission, how we can bounce off, so how you can redirect it. You can use a single light source, and you could use that primary light source for your main light, but you could use part of it for fill. Like this one that actually wraps around a speed light. This is also the aluminum. It wraps around like this. It curls up around the speed light, which is down here. And this comes down. So you basically got a softbox effect. I can't buy this anywhere. I can't buy this. Not something that has a stop and a half diffuser on the front of it. And this high reflectivity on the interior. This is basically like a soft box for your speed light. I can't buy this anywhere. This is my own little creation. There's dozens and dozens of little mods like that, and I'm wanna even though I've shown you hundreds of light mods, I'm gonna show you a bunch more. And these are cheap and fast and simple and easy to make, and they're very, very effective. And you can't buy them. It's like, well, that's just kind of half-assing it. No, you're homebrewing. Light is light is light. If it gets the job done, who gives a damn? And if it's something like this, it doesn't matter how much money you got. If you can't buy it, then you make it. It's like, I can't buy this anywhere. It's like, well, I don't want to homebrew it. I was like, well, okay, so where are you going to buy one at? There ain't nowhere you go buy it. Got lots of light mods like that. It's like, well, I'm going to buy that at the camera store. You can't. They don't have anything like that. No matter how much money you got, you can't buy it. So these professionals that drop by that have unlimited budget to be like doing a photo shoot for Ford or Corvette or something, half of their light mods are homebrewed, duct tape, PVC piping. So you need to get this notion out of your head that this is just done because you're working on the cheap or because you don't have much money. In this particular instance, that's not the case. This is a case where necessity is the mother of invention, because a lot of these things, these are like professional magicians, for example. The really hardcore tricks that illusionists are not really magicians. Those are all homebrew. You just can't order one. I mean, there's a lot of tricks and, garbage tricks that everybody's seen that you could order that, but the hardcore stuff that the David Copperfields and the Houdinis and, all these other illusionists, the main stuff that they use is homebrew. You can't go somewhere and buy it. If you go somewhere and buy it, then everybody know how the damn trick works. Yeah, that's how it works. And photography is a type of illusionist craft as well. It's meant to dazzle and to entertain or inspire, and on and on and on. You know the answer to that. And these are illusionists. These are the tools of illusionists, because all photography is an illusion. If even if you never touch it with Photoshop, you have made a selection based upon exposure and how you crop it in camera, whether you zoomed in or you stepped in closer. It's all an illusion. But I've talked about that before, and that's a point for another discussion. Maybe a video after this one. Okay? So keep that in mind, and just don't think this is about being cheap or poor. It's like, well, this is poor photography, you make it yourself. No, the best photographers in the world, they all do this. Every damn one of them. And there's nobody that's going to tell me what I just said is a lie, because it's absolutely 100% true. It's 100% true. Okay? Thanks for watching. Don't forget PVC and clamps. You got yourself some glue and some clamps and some PVC and some fabric remnants, and you could rock the world. That with your camera and a speed light or a studio strobe. At least God, buy one studio strobe. Everybody is serious about photography should have a studio strobe. Even if it's an old cheap beat up one that you bought used. So, catch you later. Bye.